Bruce, deep down you may still be that same great kid you used to be. But it's not who you are underneath. It's what you do that defines you. Bruce, deep down you may still be that same great kid you used to be. But it's not who you are underneath. It's what you do that defines you.
guys, we'll get this thing rocking. We'll get this thing rocking. Let's get the stream rocking, guys. Hope you guys had a good weekend here. Let's take a look at the market. First, let's take a look at what's happening right now here. Let's look at it right now. Trade DNA. Let's look at them here as well. New updates here. Or Trade DNA here. Let's go into this here. Give me 30 seconds, guys, because I'm looking for. All right, perfect. Okay. I don't know why, like, everything here has been such an issue here. Okay, so what I'm looking for here is going to be ADP employment change Tuesday. Consumer confidence is going to be tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. I don't think it'll affect the markets here. So obviously, if it's lower than expected, you should expect a lower chance of rate cuts. Well, technically, we're still in this inflation fearing sentiment here. So the lower, the better for market, to be honest. We want consumer confidence to be low. If it's very high, then it's going to spark up more inflation fear, right? The federal government's federal interest rate decision here. Let's take a look at that. That's huge. Let's look at the potential here. There's a high likelihood that we just hold, but there's a huge likelihood September we start to hike. If tomorrow it's going to be, I mean, the news is going to be very appealing about that. What do I mean by that? The news is going to be like all next month, a lot of next month's movement is going to be heavily influenced off of what the FOMC statement says and what's said at the press conference here. A lot of next month's movement is going to be heavily influenced by it. So we definitely need to be careful here, okay, because it's huge. We definitely need to be very careful, okay? Okay, so what we're gonna do here is this exactly, okay? So because so much right now is gonna be influenced off of Wednesday's press conference, we just need to be careful, because if obviously Warsh says something like, hey, we're looking to hike rates, and you probably should see it, markets are gonna go downward and they're going to start pricing in this rate hike. Because as we are speaking right now, We're looking for a September rate hike and an October rate hike, and even potentially, even potentially December 9th rate hike. This would be catastrophic for markets. It would push markets down, and we probably won't get a third bull run cycle. What does that mean? That probably means SPX here would just stay stagnant for the rest of the year. Usually SPX does this. In the summer, it comes downward, and then it has one more run to the upside by the end of the year, by the fourth quarter. But with that news, I could probably see SPX do this, come back down, go back up, come back down, and we have some stagflation, sideways movement, and we end the year at the same level we started in March, which doesn't sound terrible when you really think about it in the grand scheme of things. It sounds, or the short scheme of things, you're like, oh, well, if the market went up 5 or 10% and it broke even for the year, that's fine. Well, technically it didn't. If the market or SPX breaks even for the year, you lost money because inflation is averaging 3 to 4% a year. So if SPX isn't even keeping up with inflation levels, you lost money technically. And that 3 to 4% a year is technically 3 to 4% based on not including housing, not including cost of living and gas. So like housing, cost of living, which is like rent, not including food, and not including gas, which is sparking up inflation like an insane amount. Real inflation numbers like 6% probably. Okay, let's look at what else is happening at the end of this week here. Nothing new. After that, it will probably be a little bit of a boring week. Wow, summer's coming into August, right? End of July, we're going into August. August is a really good month, right? I'm excited for August. It'll be near the end of the summer here. Okay, so let's take a look at, what was I going to say? Let's take a look at Dixie here. Let's take a look at what the DXY is doing and how it's going to react to this. And we'll take a look at everything else, all right? Okay, so Dixie, like we spoke about on the last call, Dixie's breaking up to the upside. We've seen it. Okay, Dixie's going for 102.60. Because of that, I expect markets still to be bearish. I expect Wars, to be honest, just on my bias here, to follow this path. If Wars follows this path of hiking rates, at least 25, 50, 0.75 basis points, or even one whole point, we're going to see markets drop, okay? We're going to see markets drop. There is no market right now that it's expecting to cut rates. Not a single one is expecting to cut rates. Every single one is expecting to hike. So if Japan is expecting to hold right now, potentially after it's already been hiking, but then hike in December, not a good sign. If we're expecting a hike with the Bank of Australia, that's not a good sign. Bank of England, a hike potentially September. Wow, 58% shot. That's not a real good sign here. Same thing with, September 10th, the European Bank might hike. Really bad. In 45 days. Well, there's a huge chance that we hike. That most likely means if the world is all hiking, it's because the US is going to start hiking first. Okay, so if the world starts to hike rates, it's going to start becoming a massive fucking problem. We're going to see hikes happening everywhere, and that hiking cycle could break the economy, so we want to be very careful here. We want to be very careful. Okay, so now let's take a look at SPX here. Higher time frame, we've kind of talked about this. Gap happened, obviously, and this is what I love to see, right? Gap over the weekend, swipe of liquidity of the high, movement downward here. What am I expecting still? This thing to create a lower low, right? Order flow, swipe of liquidity, mitigation, and then drop, right? What am I expecting? I'm expecting a full recovery. Okay. And I'm expecting another drop now. So tomorrow morning we'll probably sell. I'll be honest with you. High probability of setups of sells. Let's see what the average daily range has been averaging since it's been lower than expected here. Intraday volume is low. Yeah, I expect a mitigation to happen here. That's what I'm expecting. From that mitigation, then a drop. So move to the upside, mitigation, drop. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Tomorrow morning I will be looking for sells, specifically fib levels, even if hopefully we'll go to the 1.62. Most likely, I'll be honest with you guys, most likely we will sell off before that. We'll probably make it here, but I want to see by tomorrow morning. Again, I'm going to be trading live tomorrow morning, and I'm going to look at where we are tomorrow morning when I tune in. I'm going to see if we're in this zone or in this zone, and then I'll base execution based off what zone we're in tomorrow morning. Okay. Next setup here, same concept. One difference here is I wanted to see where we were from last week. Okay, after Thursday we dumped. Liquidity got swiped here. Massive amount of liquidity. Let's look at Dow Jones US 30 here. This still hasn't filled. What does that mean? This still has yet to fill, which means it's gonna dump. Pay attention here tomorrow. But because there's like very minimum news, it's a little bit of news tomorrow. This will probably dump tomorrow, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. We'll probably see a dump tomorrow. Because realistically, like, what news do you have until Wednesday? You know, what news do you really have until Wednesday? You have like what? Like, let's look at yesterday. Employment change weekly, which happens on a consistent basis. The news really is going to be on Wednesday, right? That's going to be the biggest news. That's what I would say. Nas has yet to come up here and has been dumping continuously. See, that's kind of what I'm saying here. So like even last week, I wanted Nas to come and like move a little bit higher, but all it did was just come, mitigate this previous zone here, right, on the lower time frame, and then just completely dump. Right, this morning. We could actually see why here. Let's take a look at one of the biggest catalysts, because Nas dumped more than any other pair today. We had reasonable dumps, but Nas's structure is way cleaner than some of the other pairs that I see. And that's what you'll see sometimes. Like SPX is bearish here, the structure's clean. But like look at like US 30's structure, it's trash. Nas has a better structure right now. You know, it has a way better structure. There we go. See that? Incredibly better structure. Take a look at the sequence here. A lot of trade DNA to make it up. Alphabet, Capex, Shock. Weak, durable goods weighed in on tech. Dallas. Fed, index, beat marginal pricing. Here, US durable good. Orders badly missed. Printing 0.3%. 2.5% forecast. Wow. 2-year. Rate pressure on NOST. Whoa. I expected NOS to come here and then fucking skyrocket, but it looks like price is gonna get even more bearish here. I expect price to even come lower. If we close below this zone on the daily, we might go here. Very bearish on NOS. You know, tech is getting hit that bad right now. 9% is pretty significant. Not gonna lie. With this BOS breakup structure here too. Yeah, expect sell-offs, more sell-offs to come around this zone. I personally don't want to chase it, but expect an indecision here to probably throw off price too. That order candle right there, expect that to order off price. Kind of like the Russell 2000 here. I thought Russell was gonna was gonna move to the upside last week. It didn't. It did today. It didn't do any of that. Russell's consolidating, to be honest. It's a bunch of bullshit. Slow back and forth movement, annoying. It's ready to dump though. It's creating lower lows here, guys. If anything's creating lower lows, not necessarily the best sign. I don't want to see gold volatility dumping. I want to see it actually rising right now, if anything. 2-year yield also. All bonds go down. Bonds are flooding into Dixie. There we go. Perfect. This is what I wanted to see here with oil too. You see that right there? Gap. Complete gap. Sell off on oil here earlier this week. Honestly, to be brutally honest, the swipe of liquidity, that swiped a bunch of liquidity for oil here. It gave you a better entry though for oil buys, right? You see that? Huge entry here for buys. That gap right there has to get filled. So what does that mean? With the gap fill, let's go on the daily here. Very, very massive gap. Okay? No break of structure. I don't like that. No break of structure here. I'll be honest. There is no clean break on the daily. You don't really see it. But now you do, right? You see that? With it, for me, the chances of this moving to the upside, ridiculously high. Ridiculously high. And my belief is we'll probably go to swipe this high, and then potentially, huge possibility we swipe this high here too. See what I'm saying? Okay, so this is what I'm looking for. It's not good if oil does this, but hey, if it does do that, we're looking at another $100 a barrel oil. With that, you could expect prices to completely gauge. Oil going that high is insane. You're gonna see big, massive dumps on SPX, and with a rate hike coming in, yeah, I think you're gonna see big dumps. You're gonna see big dumps on oil. I mean, not oil, on SPX. As for gold, I'm looking for another re-entry here. I do believe that we're gonna move to the upside here. I will re-enter tomorrow. I believe we're in order flow right now, right? You see that? Impulse, correction, impulse, order flow. Mitigation most likely here with a swipe of liquidity, and then a move to the upside here. Fib extension. Next TP is going to be here. That's what I'm expecting for gold. Okay, for everybody that's in the chat, you should be making a lot of money with the signals. Gold's especially going to be moving to the upside. Okay, let's look at USD CAD. Well, you look at that re-entry last week here. Re-entry also, okay, coming in Thursday. Okay, that I gave out. Right now, hit our zone, pulled back. It's going to move again even higher to the upside here. So USD CAD's going to continue on its upswing here. Very, very good swing trade. Expect this to move higher. As Dixie continues to move, we could expect these highs. Easy catch here. GU, I haven't checked GU in like forever. To be honest, I haven't checked Euro or AUD. I've been staying away from it. Back to Bitcoin. Will you look at that?
Let's fucking go. Oh, yeah.
Not gonna lie, guys. No, man, my swing trades are just the most relaxing, peaceful trades in the world. Bitcoin. Yeah, what else do I have to say about Bitcoin? Bitcoin's going to 55K, and I believe it's going to go to 42K. I've still been in sells. So the original sell, guys, I've still been in from 82K. I sold again at 80K. I sold at 78, 77. I called sells again over here at the top, 65, 66. Sold here at 63, sold here again at 66. I'm very leveraged on this. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'll be brutally honest. But if this plays out, I'll make $40,000 on this trade. So I am pretty cool with being a little bit leveraged on this. Let's look at, and then everything else is kind of just hanging out, guys. Let's look real quick at MST, little micro strategies. I'm probably going to mitigate order flow here. Drop. Wow. NVIDIA dump big.
It's really odd.
Usually NVIDIA doesn't dump that hard on a Monday unless yeah, you'll probably see a break of structure with Apple, Amazon, Google. Well, hold on. Amazon dumping. Finally, it's gonna come back here. Expect Amazon to maybe fill this gap first and then come down. That'd be amazing. It all looks like shorts, dude. The market's gonna dump. Wow, the market does not look good. NVIDIA looks okay. Let's look at the daily on NVIDIA. NVIDIA still looks bullish. If it breaks here, then I would say another thing. It has a gap to fill here, though, guys. Apple raised their prices on their MacBook. Fuck Apple right now. Had to get a new laptop. I'm sorry if I said that, but not vibing with Apple. Amazon right now, dumping. Google. Gap downward here, has another gap to still fill, has a gap here. Wow. Google's gonna have to come down. Wow, Meta is really coming down heavy right now. Shocked. Probably go lower. Wow. Black Monday today, huh? Kind of what I was looking for. A complete break of structure. All right, guys, I will see you guys tomorrow morning. We will be trading live again, but other than that, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I hope you guys got some value, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Peace.